Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Tickle here. So today we are going to be reacting to some Bangtan news. This is from the BoraCity magazine channel. A lot has been going on, and because I've been working, um, I feel like I've missed a lot. Um, and so I want to, catch up and share and react to what's been going on, but from a site I trust. And I trust Bora. I trust High Boy, but he can be, a little long winded at times. And there's a lot of stuff that happened in this past week or week and a half or so. So, I just want Bora usually gets just straight to the news and updates. So, we're gonna use her thing. So this is Bangtan News. So let's get it, let go. It's kind of long too, cause I guess a whole lot happened. It's almost 40 minutes. So let's see what is happening in the world of Bangtan. All right, let's get it, let go.
Jin has donated 100 million won to the Namkwon Social Welfare Foundation in Busan ahead of his birthday to support vulnerable groups in the local community. This donation will be a great strength for Busan children and adolescents to grow their dreams and build a foundation for independence, and will become a seed of hope for isolated neighbors. He's donating because of his birthday. Now, Jin was alive because it was his birthday. He sang happy birthday to himself.
With no candles.
생일 축하합니다. 생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 석진이.
석진이.
생일 축하합니다.
Oh, he did talk a little bit about BTS comeback. He read a comment that said, "Give us an album spoiler." And he says, "Can I give you one? I've heard all the songs and the songs are being mixed and mastered. Our guys made almost all the songs. While I was on tour, the guys were working, and when I arrived, so much was completed. I was amazed. They wrote tens of songs." He also talked about Run BTS. Run BTS, I think it'd be good if we could do Run BTS, but the scale has gotten so big. Haven't we done everything we could do on Run BTS?
Yeah. I would say Jin has figured out a whole lot of stuff from Run Jin that the guys have not done on Run BTS. At least the ones I've seen. And granted, I went in order, but I'm still only... Now, I did watch some of the later ones, like the Flying Yoga and the Field, ones, up in the hundreds, that one. But I think I personally went straight through. I think I might be in the low hundreds by now. Obviously I didn't do it as a reaction on this, that I binged when I I told you I get obsessed when I find a crew, so I binged that early. Early in my becoming army, so along with In the Soup and Bon Voyage, and American Hustle Life, I went through, and all their movies, their documentaries, Burn the Stage, Bring the Soul, all of that. So I blew through all that. So yeah, so I don't have a reactions for those, but Run Jin, there's stuff Jin did that I think the guys would enjoy doing. Like, well, we don't want to give them any PTSD or anything, though. But like the Coast Guard thing, but maybe do it with another branch or whatever, or the just even the hike to Mount Halasan, or the one of my favorites, the first one he did, I think it was the first one he did with Jonathan, where they went to the that famous MMA dude's studio, stuff like that, the gymnastics, the fencing, like just all of that. I think they would. I don't recall them doing none of that, So I think Jin is underestimating, and it does. And I wish they would get it through their heads. It doesn't have to be super big. You know, we love when they just play games on Run BTS. But now that they're, you know, a little bit more physical, you know, they could just recreate dances or something. Like they've got to pull it out of a hat. They have to know the dance, obviously. Pull it out of the hat and then do a dance and compete that way. I mean, Run BTS can be anything. I don't think it needs to be on such a big scale. I went off on a whole tangent, so let's go back a little bit. All right.
Scale has gotten so big. Haven't we done everything we could do on Run BTS?
No.
I could just watch an entire episode of Run BTS of the members just playing Uno again. He also talked about the choreography. He said, no, our choreo teacher has come in. Before our debut, we had a teacher called Song Sun-duk. There was another teacher then who taught us part-time. He's known as 15 years now, and he's now our choreo director now. Okay. So they still have an old choreographer, but it's not going to be the same director as they always had. Jin also said, going from practicing alone to doing it with the guys, it really feels like the old days. We practice once and then we go. This is hard. Then we sit and we chat a bunch. For 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they go like this and they talk about the military and their age. And we dance once and we chat for 30 minutes. So we don't even see the time pass for several hours. This is so much fun. I also saw a clip of Jin saying that the other members are surprised that J-Hope is saying, yeah, let's rest. Because J-Hope, before, he used to be like, let's continue practicing again. But he's a little bit more relaxed now. And they also posted all of these videos. They posted a stage cam of The Truth Untold and another one.
Sidebar, I just reacted to that, so you can check that out, you know, up here. I actually posted that yesterday, so that and the astronaut, so yeah.
Of the astronaut, and Jin actually explained on his live stream why. The Truth Untold, which I had prepared like that for the first time, and the astronaut, which is meaningful for me because it was my first solo song outside of a Bangtan album, and it has a warm feeling, and we edited it and uploaded it for you to enjoy. Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
I'll feel this way I never felt.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's my thumbnail. That's
we have
funny.
some birthday messages from the BTS members. This is from RM. Happy birthday, Jin. J-Hope also posted. It says, happy birthday, Jin. And I find it so funny because J-Hope, you know damn well what you're doing. This is a picture of J-Hope with Jin in the background. He's not even facing the camera.
That is so iconic.
It is iconic.
And Survey face.
Survey face.
Always.
But he also posted this picture. This is Taeyong's birthday message. It says, at Jin, happy birthday.
What you poked him in the booty.
Oh, thank you, my bro.
Oh my god.
I love you, bro.
What?
Excuse me, Taeyong.
I love you, bro.
Look, but when Jin turned around,
This is Jin's.
when Jin turned around initially, he looked like he's about to throw hands, did he? Like, who the hell touched my butt? This is so cute.
Weaver's birthday post. Hi, this is Jin. It's my birthday. Last year, I couldn't even properly greet you to say thank you on my birthday, but I'm so glad I can do it this year. This year, there were so many good things. I released a solo album, held concerts, and all our members returned from the military without any major incidents. It's been a year to be grateful for. Thanks to that, my birthday has come around again and without any big issues. Well, as I always say, I want to thank you, our army, because thanks to you all, I can work like this and live a happy life. I am always grateful and I love you, our army.
That's so cute.
It is very, very cute. Who wants to see my Spotify Wrapped? I think some of you asked last time. So first, some information about the Spotify Wrap this year. This is hilarious. It comes to a point, you know, when BTS is just too big. Number one K-pop artist on Spotify each year. Since 2018 has been BTS. BTS has not released music since 2022. At this point, it's just funny how big they are. So here we have the global top K-pop artist of the year. Number one BTS. And actually, number 8 is JungKook. This one is top track. And it's, of course, Don't Say You Love Me by Jin. We did it, guys.
Yay.
It's officially the top track by a K-pop artist or Korean artist in Spotify is Don't Say You Love Me. It's official. With this, we maintain a record of having BTS and BTS members having the most streamed song of the year every single year since 2013, since their debut. It's a crazy accomplishment. Now, I will show my own. My top songs are Mona Lisa, Don't Say You Love Me, Permission to Dance Live, Killing It Girl, and Sweet Dreams. I told you guys that Mona Lisa was my favorite song of the trilogy. My top albums are Permission to Dance on Stage, Proof, Right Place, Wrong Person, Echo, and Jack in the Box Hope Edition. My top artists are, of course, BTS at number 1, J-Hope, Jin, RM, and Jimin. My top genres are K-pop, which is crazy because I only listen to BTS. K-pop, metal, J-pop, Christmas, and soundtrack. Christmas, it's just because I listen to Taeyeon that Christmas is here. We have a Yoongi update.
Wait, they said, oh, my sugar. They said her age, listening age was 19. Club Serotonin. Wow, they bring it all down. I don't use Spotify, so obviously I don't have a Spotify rap. But let me know in the comments if you use Spotify, what's your top, and then what's your listening age. That's hilarious. Now, it looks like YouTube Music has some type of version of this now. I didn't check my stats on that yet. I'm sure I know what they are. I've been listening to the BTS and Pentatonics with a little bit of side people thrown in that either have collaborated with BTS or Pentatonics that I like, and of course all my old school stuff. Like, I got a lot of old school R&B, a few old school hip hop in the same playlist. I got it all mixed together and let it all play, okay? So, that's funny.
Taeyeon that Christmas is here. We have a Yoongi update.
My sugar!
This is Suga's special message for the children performing at the Shining Minds concert. Yoongi taught music to these kids, and now those kids are performing.
먼저 우리 밴드 멤버들에게 전하고 싶은 말이 있습니다. 다들 잘 지내고 있지? 민석이야.
His little laugh. Let's read the translation. Upon hearing the joyful and proud news that you will be standing on stage to perform, I'm sending this heartfelt message to you. How have you all been? This is Teacher Min speaking. Yoongi is specifically talking to the students. Thank you for all the effort you have put into your practice until now. You may feel a little nervous when you step onto the stage, but when I remember the days we spent playing our instruments together, my heart feels at ease and full of trust in you. I have not yet had the chance to meet Sung Yoon and Yoon Suk in person. I'm guessing those are new students, but I have heard how sincerely and wholeheartedly you have been practicing. Please know that your teacher will always be by your side, cheering you on with warmth and affection. From the heart, congratulations on Mind Band's founding concert. May today's performance be the beautiful beginning of a journey where Mind Band and all of you share your hearts through music, filling every step ahead with gentle courage and aspiring warmth. To everyone who has walked together on this meaningful journey, thank you deeply. It would bring great happiness if you would continue to watch over Mind Band with loving support and warm applause all the way along the path they will open. Mind Band fighting.
Now, I did see this on High Boy's channel because he broke it down, and then he also had posts from armies who were there. And, you know, he broke it down. So if you want a full in-depth, and of course he translated as well. So a full in-depth thing, you might want to check out his video about this. But look at Suga. Look at my Suga. I love the hair. Like, I love long hair Suga, so just let it keep growing. But black hair, long black hair Suga. So, you know, long black hair Suga is my chef's kiss. But red Suga, now I don't know. Some people I saw in the High Boy video comments, like it looks red to me. Like he has it as, you know, a reddish color. So, well, not red, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you know, red. Ginger Let's say that. He's a ginger right now. And but other people was like, no, it's just the lighting. It's brown with the lighting. So either way, this color, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Like, and then he just looks so happy for the students and the program, and just, you know, and he's been checking up on them too, like getting their status updates, probably from that, you know, his partner, the doctor, or whatever. Is it doctor, professor, doctor? The woman that he did all this with. So, so he's been getting updates on them. That is so cute. I can't wait. I wish he would be able to go and see it in person, though. You know, but I guess that's the price of being Min Yoongi and Suga BTS. So, and August D. So, you know. But I really wish he would have been able to be there. Maybe even just backstage, you know, hidden. So he could at least see them when they come back, you know, and they could look over and see that he's there or whatever. But that would have probably got leaked. So, but yeah, I hope he gets to see them in person and they get to play for Teacher Man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get back to it. But look at him, fine. And he just looks so happy, the twinkle in his eye, all that. He's so cute.
And that was such a beautiful speech as well. He was speaking to the kids the entire time. J-Hope attended the Louis Vuitton Visionary Journeys event in Seoul. And here's a little video by WWD Japan.
Excuse me. Look at our Hobie.
And he also shared this from the Louis Vuitton event. That is so cool. These are J-Hope's Instagram stories with other idols and pictures. Who watched Are You Sure Season 2 first 2 episodes?
Wait a minute. Excuse me, let's not skip over J-Hope. I'm sorry, yo. Yo, Hobie out here, okay? He out here doing his thing. And he got his that human made collab clothing thing. That shit is high. You know, I can't afford it. But I also I can't afford Louis Vuitton either. So excuse me, if it ain't from a discount place. So, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, but though I can't afford it, I'm still proud that he's out here flossing it for the ones who can. Okay? And he looks so cute. Them pictures of him, Felix and Lisa, were good. Now, I will say, I've always liked Felix. Once I started listening to BTS, excuse me, you know, other people pop in my feed. Now, I haven't actually gotten into his group. Is it Stray Kids? Don't give me the line. But I saw a clip of a reality show. Excuse me, like a music reality show. Sorry, y'all, my allergies are killing me. My bad. All right. And he got eliminated. Like, it was only like maybe 10 minutes, if that. And he got eliminated. He looked so young. Like, he reminded me of JK. Sorry. He reminded me of JK. So, just in the way he looked. And then I was like, oh. And then I saw a piece of a reaction video to that song, excuse me. I think it's an old song, I don't know. To where he comes out, Felix comes. Sorry, y'all, hold on. Okay. Wait, what happened? Okay, now we back. Sorry, y'all. My apologies. Can't be helped. All right. So yeah. So, but seeing Felix with J Hope and Lisa. Oh, I hope that was Lisa. I think it was Lisa. Yeah, it was Lisa. And you know, they just look so cool and good and cold as hell. Cause I saw one clip where, excuse me, you can see as they're walking out. It's cold. They outside. Why would they have them outside? Like, I don't even get it. But it was cold. And J-Hope, you know, he ain't just gonna stand there and be cold. What he gonna do? He gonna dance. Just dance. He gonna just dance to keep warm. And it made Felix like good like this and Lisa too. Hope he can make anybody feel comfortable, yo. Alright, sorry y'all. Let's just move on.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I can't afford none
These
of that.
are J-Hope's Instagram stories.
Yeah,
Oh,
see? This one. See Felix looking all cool. Lisa look cool. J-Hope look cool. I can't really see that because isn't that one of Tay's friends, the actor? The older one. I like them. They look cool. Everybody look cool, but they also look cold. Like, that's crazy. They had them outside.
And pictures.
Look at that.
Who watched Are You Sure season 2
I did.
first 2 episodes? The first episode was very fun. These are not spoilers. Production made them pack these huge suitcases. They packed their things and all of that, and then they took them not to the airport, but to a place close to the airport. And there, they told them, actually, your luggage is going to be this small suitcase.
Yeah,
that was part of
savage.
the challenge that they had to pack lightly. The theme was minimalism, or as Jimin said, minimalism. Not minimalism, but minimalism, as in many. This is the link for the photo book. You can find it on Weaver's
I
shop.
got my order in. That thing sold out.
See all of those pictures. Photo cards, of course. So many photo cards and postcards. Here's a part of the episode speaking English.
Yeah, I want it. Really? Yeah, really. Seriously.
Yo, this part had me dying. I had to rewind and watch it again because the way JK looked at him, the waiter must have been like, you ain't old enough to drink. You know, thinking that or giving that expression. And that's why he looked at like, really? Like, seriously. Excuse me. I don't care what nobody say. JK was giving some snark to us, well, not us, but not Army, but to the non-Armies watching and the haters who are watching who are hate watching throughout in different parts of this episode. You know how people are saying that, and I don't know why, that Jimin and that JK, like JK solos and I think shippers, but JK solos and shippers, Taekook shippers, I guess, or keep saying that he's only with Jimin or doing this with Jimin for business, for fan service, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen episode, I think it's in episode 1, or the first 2 episodes, spoiler alert, but in the car, he reaches over and, you know, basically asks for Jimin's hand, and Jimin puts it in, and he said, you know, he was talking about, you know, let's go or we're gonna get going or whatever, and while still holding Jimin's hand, and then Jim was like, do people normally say that on a trip? It's just a trip. And JK looks at him, and then he puts on like a little smirky, you know, sarcastic bearing, and then he's like, it's business. This is business. We're doing business, right? And then he like shakes his hand more, and Jimin just starts chuckling. His cute self. He just starts chuckling and stuff, and like, yeah, you're right. This is business. I'll remember that. This is business, and then it moves on. But that was straight snark. You can't tell me different. That was snark for those folks. For all the people that say he only doing this and traveling with Jimin because of either fan service or the company is making them do it. Or something to that effect. Some stupid stuff to that effect. But you gotta watch it. I've already watched because it's Wednesday here in the U.S. So the other two, 3 and 4. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you these allergies. Oh, we're gonna get it together, though. It ain't gonna stop me. All right. Trash. All right, so 3 and 4 is out. Y'all gotta watch those two because those is the bomb. Like, I'm loving season 2 already. I'm loving it. Like, yeah. All right, sorry. Let's go back a little bit. But watch it. If you haven't, let me know in the comments. If you've seen this part and in the other ones, do you think, like I do, that JK throwing out his snark, you know, just picking fun at all the bull crap that's been out there up to that point, you know, up to them, you know, in the military, getting out the military, you know, like, come on. Because I know he read when they were allowed to have their phones or when he was on leave, the reaction everybody had to season 1, you know, because that popped out after they joined the military. So, yeah.
So, speaking English.
Yeah, I want it.
Really?
Yeah, really. Seriously.
See? Yeah, really.
So cute. Seriously.
Amazing. Please, more. Oh, thank you.
I can see
went
why they
live.
might think he's not on. I would card him. I would definitely card JK if I didn't know him, because just his face. Sometimes he looks like the grown man he is, and other times he looks young as heck. So yeah.
On Weavers, and he sang "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas."
Come on,
It's
Tay.
beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
He is just so
It's Beginning
handsome.
to Look a Lot Like Christmas cover is one of my favorites ever.
Everywhere you go, take a look at the 5 and 10.
It's just such a perfect sound for his voice.
Candy canes and scholastic glow.
Jin at some point comments, and this is how Taeyeon reacts.
That gorgeous smile.
Oh, here's what Jin said. He said,
Yo.
"Yo."
Jin be on it, yo.
Then we have Jungkook's live stream. It
Now,
seems
I
like
did
Jungkook
see
has a
this
friend
one.
as a guest in his house. Jungkook says, "The friend I live with is from Busan. We've known each other since kindergarten. We're close enough to tell each other to shut up all the time." And the friend says, "When did I ever?" And Jungkook says, "Shut up a bit." We heard him talk in Satori.
잘 안 어울리는.
That's a little bit of the Satori accent.
양념은 맛, 소스는 맛있잖아.
Yeah, his Busan comes out when he's with someone who still lives in Busan, even though he's staying at JK's place right now. But, you know, obviously, him and Jimin sometimes, you know, that a dialect comes out, that Satori, like she said, comes out. But I bet it's even more pronounced when they're in Busan or when they're around Busan speaking people. It'll just naturally come out. Like if you live somewhere with an accent and you move somewhere for a good bit of time and your accent fades a little bit, when you go back to visit, that accent is back by the end of that day. You know, you're back to talk because that's what you're hearing and that's what you're around and that's what you grew up speaking, or that's how you grew up speaking. So that's cool. That's cool.
We have here J-Hope's pictures for
Come on!
M. Look at this picture. I'm changing the background of my computer. No, you know what? This is my background picture now. I'm changing it to this one. No,
I want to see, I don't just want to see J-Hope posing beside a motorcycle. I want to see him on it. JK already said he wants to start a motorcycle group or wants to be a part of a group. And Jimin said no to the no. He's not getting a motorcycle license. He's not doing the motorcycle thing. But maybe some of the other members will. Maybe J-Hope will. You know, so since he's posing beside one, you know what I'm saying?
It's every single time.
He's
Like I'm going to look at this.
fashionista.
These are amazing
Nister.
pictures. I like it with the house over there. Absolutely
like that
insanity.
jacket.
I love this outfit.
Come
I'm going to
on.
have a hard time choosing just one picture for my background screen. I really like this one with the bread. I love it. He's
Look at
literally
him.
flying. There's a new interview video for Elle magazine. Here's a question. It says, any funny conversations with BTS members about your distant future? J-Hope said, we joke about things like, hey, how long are we going to dance? How long do we have to keep dancing? Let's start a band when we are in our 50s or 60s. Everyone, pick up an instrument. Start learning now. One on bass, one on drums, one on keyboard. We talk like that a lot. Let's be a band. Band is the answer.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But, and I mean, I'll take it. We already got some saxophonists. Take and play the trumpet as well. Oh, you know what? That would be tight. And JK knows how to do the drums. Suga can play the piano and guitar. And Lord knows what else he didn't learn how to play. They are, J-Hope will have to learn an instrument. But they are like that. But they can really just research the old 70s, the old 70s groups and how they danced, like the age they were. You know, they was like kind of more like what Tay had them do in For Youth, for that when they was just bopping to the side. There's whole bands, including like the Temptations and just all those bands back then with multiple members. And they were singing. Not all were playing instruments, but they were singing. And they were still dancing, but they wasn't doing no crazy stuff. They was doing some side two-step, maybe spin around. They could still do that. We would still love that, okay? And the way they would do it is probably still going to be fly at 50 and 60, and I'm glad that they are thinking that far ahead. I mean, they've all said it. They want to be together till they just can't, you know? They want to perform until they can't together. And I want to say to people, just because they say they want to be together, they are still, as they have been, going to release solo stuff. Do solo stuff too. So for all the people that's like, I want to say that, they are still going to do that. They are also going to still be part of BTS and do group stuff too. Like, one does not negate the other for them. That's all I gotta say.
악기 하나 다루자. 지금도 악기 해놔라. 누구는 베이스, 누구는 드럼, 누구는 키보드. 그런 소리를 많이 하죠. 예.
Another question says, any plans for end of the year? And Jacob says, I'm preparing for the BTS album now. So I think I'll be focusing on that. It's holidays. I should be with my family, but BTS album is important. I do what I have to do. I'll be working hard on it. We have Rolling Stone UK. This one says, I want to be an artist who doesn't get dragged by the flow, but creates the flow. I don't want to be
Say
confined.
that!
I want to be an artist without limits. So here's one picture. The Japanese edition features numerous exclusive cuts and is presented as a photo story. These are the other two magazine covers. The artist gracing the cover of Rolling Stone Korea issue 16 is BTS's JungKook. Let's scroll down. Since this time we cannot mess with the translation, we're going to have the video from Hype Boy. With this one, we need to be super accurate. This is a video translation by Hype Boy. I wanted to talk about Namjoon's live stream, like every single point that he makes, because his comments, of course, have become like this entire thing and people are going crazy. However, like the title of this live stream says, RM said facts and antis are losing it again. Let's start with this clip.
다 할 수가 없어. 왜냐면은
And as you know, this job, like when something happens,
Now, I have seen this. I did watch High Boys think of this. But I also saw this in real time. So, I understood what he was saying. Like, I don't see the whole hoopla. I don't get the whole hoopla. Like, come on now. And I love that RM check people, because that's one of the irk things to me when I'm watching the lives, because I do have to get the translations. And all the people, and I do watch the comment, and all the people just ask, where's this person? Where's this person? Like, come on. Why'd you log in if you didn't want to hear what RM Kim Namjoon, the leader, had to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop asking. He's gonna mention the guys just in his normal conversation because they are around him. That's part of his day-to-day right now. So, just... And he's been giving pictures, like, of the guys on Instagram. So, see them then. And like he said, if they want, they'll go live when they freaking feel like it. And then I love that V jumped in at that part and put, well, the translation said, he said, it's Namjoon's turn. I'm all for that too. I think High Boy said he actually said something slightly different, but the meaning was the same. The intent was the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's co-signing what RM says. Because people do it in V's live. Where's JK? Where's Jimin? Where's this and that and this and that? And like, aren't you there to see Tay? Like, come on.
Happens, or when something is supposed to come out, like behind the scenes stuff later, but I cannot talk about everything right now. And what I want to say is that I cannot represent our team anymore because I'm just one single human being. You know, while doing BTS until around 2000, up until 2017, 2018, for about 5 years, I used to kind of take charge of things. And here he means, you know, taking charge of things as a leader. But after that, the members are each their own person, individuals or entities, someone who can think on their own and act on their own boundaries and their own lifestyles and styles.
High Boy mentions how Namjoon is asked by some people to scold the members, like calling them out, put them in their line. You're the leader. You have to do this. You have to do this for them. And what Namjoon is saying is that this is not 2017 anymore. Namjoon is not that type of leader anymore. Like, he is not leading them that way anymore. They're all independent adults. And even beyond that, they are full artists right now with their own ideas of what they want for the BTS comeback. And they're going to discuss that as adults, as equals. Jim recently said that Namjoon was the leader because he had like a vision for the group. He has like very deep thoughts about music. I included it in my latest video about Namjoon. But now it's like Namjoon is not the only one with deep thoughts about music. Namjoon is not the only one with a lot of experience in the industry. In 2013, the one with the most musical experience was Namjoon. So he could lead them that way. Now it's different. It's just crazy that some people are saying like, scold them. Are you crazy? What do you mean scold them? These are 30-year-olds. Scold them.
And not even that. In Korea, because once they've fulfilled their once the men have fulfilled their mandatory military service, then they are considered full, truly 100% adult man. You know what I'm saying? Like, before they went into the military, they still, you know, could have some of that childishness that people seem to want K-pop idols to do regardless of their age, their actual age. And they were grown, okay? But they could still have that childishness about them. Once they entered the military and got discharged, now they are seen, let's say outside of the K-pop realm, now they are seen as adult grown men, period. Like, childishness, childish ways is behind. But then these are idols. So the idol community, at least in South Korea, still wants them to act youngish and stuff, which is why they still put, like when JK laughs, this almost 30-year-old man laughs, they put the baby laughing sound and emoji thing for him when they do that. Like, that's for a almost 30-year-old man. They do that for us to this day, like right now. So yeah, but they're grown, you know. And if you think about it, the young line now, they've all done something that RM hasn't yet. They've all done solo tours, full solo tours. Even Jin's mini tour, he still did a lot of shows. So all of them have now done something RM still has not. RM is with the Maknae line, you know, right now when it comes to that. He ain't did all that yet. So they actually have more experience now. Even though he will still be the leader. Come on now. Like, he is the leader, but it's not going to be the same dynamic. Like, he's not going to be acting like the parent, and Jin is not going to be acting like the mom. You know, like how people used to say Jin and, they were the parents. It ain't like that now. The kids have grown up, okay? So now they all got say. They all got to self-regulate. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, I don't even understand what people were thinking with that. Telling them to scold them. They done had guns and learned how to kill people and all that stuff. How to drop bombs on people and all this other stuff. So come on. Like, that just is ridiculous to me.
What? So he's going to explain that they are saying, oh, BTS, they said that they were going to release music in 2025, but they're not releasing anything. They are basically telling Namjoon, you should tell the members that they should focus on the comeback. And he's like, how many comeback updates have we gotten? I think we had like 20, if not more, comeback updates. What more do you want?
Right?
Saying I must handle the members in some way, like doing something or telling the members certain things, like going to the company to speak for them or speak about them.
Let's move on to one of the most controversial parts. For this part, context is super important.
And as many of you know, our team was at risk of stopping because there were a lot of those things. And he sounds very ambiguous here. If you're a long-time armies, you know what he talks about. Remember when they accepted that a major award, they cried and said that, there were moments when the group was at the risk of falling apart.
This is where the context was needed. He said, we were thinking of disbandment, but he did say, you guys already know about that. Listen.
And as many of you know.
And as many of you know, he's not saying anything new. He's not saying that they are thinking right now of disbandment. Are you crazy? They already talked about this in 2018. We already know that they were thinking of disbandment back then. Too many people were celebrating. Even at some point, he says, like, he just wants to blink, like, go to sleep, wake up, and be in 2026 during the comeback with armies. He wants the comeback more than anything else. How can people misconstrue that and just say, no, like BTS wants to disband? That's crazy. That's the complete opposite. Now here is when he talks about wasting time.
A lot of people around me keep asking, why did you guys waste the entire second half of 2025?
That's crazy.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I've been thinking the opposite. How do you guys do so much?
Yeah,
all I've seen is all of these updates about the comeback. BTS explain like their entire camp thing in LA, like a song camp or whatever. They all lived together in LA just to make this album. How can you say that that is nothing? How can you say that that is wasting time? How long was it after they were discharged from the military that they immediately went to LA? That was wasting zero time. I didn't expect them to go back to work this fast.
All right, so a lot of people around me keep asking, why did you guys waste 날렸냐 the entire second half of 2025? Why didn't you do anything?
Why didn't you do anything? That's crazy.
Either. I wanted to do a lot of activities since the military discharge, but there are things I cannot say. We decided not to do anything the second half of the year for specific reasons because I don't have the authority to say it. I simply don't have the right to talk about it.
I know how armies are. They listen to something and they immediately start making theories. Namjoon does say these things that happen are not serious. I think it's just being realistic. They cannot do anything in the second half of 2025. We've seen what happened when you rushed a comeback. Like Jin. I'm not saying that Jin did this wrong or something. Jin is Jin and he's going to experiment and do fun stuff like that. But that is his decision for Jin himself. His venues for his tour were weird because he decided to have a tour out of nowhere. BTS cannot do that. There are so many reasons why they cannot have a comeback. Come on. And of course, he cannot talk about it. There are investors on the company. He just cannot talk about it. And like he says himself, it's nothing serious. So don't think it's something crazy. It's just they can't do it. It's not possible. And if you think it was and you complain, you're crazy.
What we are doing right now is just preparation. So it's honestly frustrating. Can I rant just for a few seconds more? And
I really recommend you guys watch his entire translation/rant. He also gives a lot of comments about how Korean men, when they go to the military, your identity is taken away from you. You feel like you're worthless. Going to the military is not like a fun, relaxing thing to do. You need to find yourself again once you're out.
Yeah,
so of course BTS need time and they need to find themselves again and remember like all of these music stuff, and it's just this entire thing. So I really recommend you guys watch this video as well.
It's anything dramatic like that. We wanted to promote or 활동, we wanted to do activities, but there were reasons we could not. And also about the things that you all talk about. I cannot explain each and everything, but for example, I don't even have TikTok.
Namjoon explains how it's not just that they are learning how to get back to music again, it's also that the promotions they are recommended to do now are not the same as before. We all know the story. BTS became popular in the global music industry because of their songs on SoundCloud, YouTube presence, Twitter presence. So many people say, like ARMYs say, why is BTS not on Twitter anymore?
I'm glad.
Because now...
I'm glad they're not on X. They got their own platform. They use Instagram greatly. Well, some of them use Instagram greatly. Just... You're good. Like, for the ones on TikTok of their own accord, like JK and I think Hobie's on there. I'm not sure about V, honestly. And Jimin probably not. So let them do them. If there's something they want to share, they know that space. RM, like you said, don't have TikTok at all. It's not for him. But Instagram, he know how to use Instagram. So there you go. Like, but I hope their songs are them. Like, I'm good with some 4 or 5 minute songs or music videos. 2 minutes, 1 minute just for TikTok. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. Besides, ARMY is also... I hope their marketing team does factor in ARMY, because ARMY is going to be snipping and TikToking and clipping and compiling. They're going to be making all kinds of stuff and sharing that stuff everywhere. We're going to do so much marketing for BTS. It's going to be crazy. So I just hope they just do what they normally do and not try to feel or be pressured into conforming with what everybody else is chasing. They're trying to chase the fandom, the community, the reach that BTS already has. So they just need to do them, keep doing what made people ARMY in the first place, and set their own trend. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they're going to do. That's all people going to do is follow what they do, because it's going to still work. You know, I'm ranting. Come on, this is going to be a long-ass video.
Different. BTS were on Twitter because they needed a platform. They couldn't be on TV, so they were going to be on Twitter because they had no other choice.
They
now
don't
it's
need to
not
be
Twitter,
on X
it's
now.
TikTok. And he talked about TikTok and how he doesn't get it.
I do not understand TikTok. So I installed it once, but it was too overwhelming. So I felt like, wow, this is truly the Gen Z and Alpha generation. I'm already turning 33 next year in Korean age. And we've been talking about, like the content that we used to do. How do we turn those into short forms? Or if we keep it long form, how do we make it fit the current times, the current trend? We talked about this yesterday too, and the day before that as well.
I'm guessing what people want from them now is at least TikToks, like fun TikToks. I just don't understand how people ask for more content. Even when they give so much, they ask like one specific type of content. And they're even thinking about it. They're even having conversations about, okay, like we usually do like long blogs. How can we make them shorter? And he's like, oh my goodness, no, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
For example, like I said earlier, the content we used to do for 30, 40 minutes or even an hour, those things, if the views do not come out and it's not fitting with the current landscape, then we have to adjust to the platform. But then it's like, okay, but I have never properly made a short form video. So what do? It feels like an adult trying to imitate kids.
We've seen how they've been collaborating with other K-pop artists on TikTok. Those are like cute TikTok videos, cute dances,
Yeah,
and
that's
all
all
of
they
that.
need to do.
Are you seriously asking BTS to do all that? Like sometimes J-Hope helps his juniors. Don't expect this from the entirety of BTS, like doing these cute dance challenges. Are you crazy? Who is asking for that? I'm not asking for that.
I will do my best within the range of what I can do so that we can get through this well.
Even though they don't have to, they're still thinking about finding ways of bringing that short form content to ARMYs. And that is just going above and beyond. I read a comment in chat that said they should not have to do what the younger K-pop groups do. They set their own path. And I totally agree. I'm just making a generalization,
with that too.
okay? BTS has almost never followed the trend from K-pop. The trend on K-pop when BTS debuted in 2013 was going to TV, going to variety shows. BTS were not invited to those, so they created their own path. They created this Twitter path, their YouTube path. They make those a trend.
Yes.
Now everyone is doing TikTok. Every single K-pop group, K-pop artist is doing every TikTok challenge under the sun. BTS don't have to do the same thing because from the beginning, they were never following trends. They were never doing what every single other K-pop group does. Sometimes it just works like magic because BTS as a 7-member group don't want to do TikToks. They are finding new ways of doing short form content and they are going to create a new trend. They are going to create a new format again because that's what BTS does. They don't follow trends. They see what is happening and they interpret it some way and then they change it and then they make that an actual trend and everyone starts following them again and then BTS changes. That's how
Right
it
on,
always
Bora.
works. So yeah, they're still trying to find new ways of promoting and I'm excited to find what those ways are.
We cannot upload photos every day. Oh, this is...
What do you mean they can't upload photos every day? I do these live streams 2 times a week, and sometimes I say there's just so much to talk about, especially when it comes to the photo updates, like the Instagram updates. What do you mean we can't upload photos every day? You already upload so many photos.
Yeah, it seems
and
like they
as
do.
Someone who does BTS updates 2 times a week is just a lot. Do you guys know that for every single live stream, there's from 100 to 200 links? Each link can have multiple pictures. That's how many pictures BTS shares.
Do you remember when Jin said during his birthday live stream that it was a day off, right? The team decided that they decided not to do rehearsal. Only those members who want to come should come. It was Jin and Suga. But then Jin said that since for choreography, they have to think about like positions. So it was hard, just the 2 of them to do practice. So they didn't spend much time and Suga and Jin decided to call it a day and went home early. And I think I saw some fans, quote unquote fans, like complaining.
How can you complain about that? And they even shared the experience like as an anecdote because it is an anecdote. Look, like we were trying to practice together, but there were so many empty spaces because this was a free day of rehearsal and we still decided to come here. How can you complain about that? How can you make...
I agree. How can you complain about that? Because he clearly said we tried to do it. So they did do some work. They did do some practicing and dancing and stuff. They just couldn't get their positions right. But they still put in the work. Like, what you mean? Like, lazy. Lazy is crazy. Like, there's no way that you can call these guys lazy if you look at all the content. And I'm not talking about musical content, just content, fashion shows. I mean, it's all music, cooking, gaming, like just Instagram. Like their Instagram is great. Between RM and Tay on Instagram, J-Hope too, and Jin posts somewhat. But RM and Tay on Instagram is a whole thing, and that's content for days. Okay. And then all the fashion stuff and the brand advertisement commercials and stuff. Like outside of the music. But don't forget, they did drop their permission to dance on stage live. So we even got music. Even though it's music we've already seen, still it's in a different format. It's live. So they put that album out. Now we got a show. We had some movies. Some concert movies. We had the concerts. Like, don't even get me started. This is all post-military. Like, it's just crazy. Lazy is crazy to me. That's crazy as hell.
This beautiful memory, this beautiful anecdote, something so negative. I hate them.
I cannot tell what exactly is happening and how things are flowing. I cannot tell you that right now because it wouldn't be fun if I told you.
Of course it wouldn't be fun. How can you want 24/7 content? I love BTS, but that would be super boring, especially for the big moment of the comeback. Don't you want a little bit of anticipation?
That day gonna be crazy.
Then he does mention some kind of disbandment word again, but it's actually the complete opposite of what people are trying to make it seem.
I have thought about this question. And would it be better to disband? Would it really be better for us to stop being a team? Those thoughts, I have thought them tens of thousands of times. But
and each member probably has. If they had an argument or just when they're bone tired, like, I'm so tired, maybe we should disband. But they don't mean that shit. Like, come on. It's just what you say. Just like you at work. And you might actually hate that job and they love being BTS. So, you know what I'm saying? But even at work, you're like, man, I should quit. I should just get up and walk out right now. It's the same thing. And you might have that thought every single day. But you don't do it, do you? No. Because you need that money. But if you really love your job, them doing that might just, it's just used as a joke. They're not disbanding. They have no intention of disbanding. They want to be. You heard Hobie. They want to be doing this well into for another 60 years. Spoiler, if you watched AYS episode 4, even then, a week and a half out of the military, JK and Jimin specifically, in what I'm to the part I'm talking about, reiterates again his feelings about BTS. That's all I'm gonna say. You'll see if you watch episode 4 of Are You Sure season 2.
Joining the team now is because we have so much love for each other, and also for the people who are watching this live now, for you all, because we love and respect you.
Yeah.
The way they received like all of these criticism comments, like all of these eyes on them, wouldn't it be better to just disband? It's too complicated, but they still decide to go through all of it because they love each other so much. He literally said they are continuing the group because of each other. Of course,
that was the same thing they said back in 2018. If you watch their, I think it's on Disney Plus, The Monuments Beyond the Story that came out in 2023. Even Tay said he re-signed, he decided to stay because of the members. Not because of hype, not because of the money, because of the members. So they want to be together. And as long as they want to be together, they are going to be together. They can joke about this bandmate, they can joke about whatever. They can complain that they're tired and sore and yada, 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 yada. None of that's making them leave because they want to be there. But everybody's allowed to complain. We human. That's what we do. Like, come on.
Mentioned ARMY, and I think our support is super important. It is a big part of the reason why they are continuing. But at the end of the day, if you really think about it, ARMY doesn't matter. They really need to do it for each other and because they want to. At some point, he says, I don't like this moment of preparation. I want the comeback to happen. He's literally saying the complete opposite of what people are saying. No, that BTS wants to disband. They are literally saying, even though in any other occasion, other groups maybe, they would have disbanded by now. If other groups that don't have the brotherhood that BTS has, the fame, the money, it wouldn't matter. They still wouldn't be able to stand all of this, but they are still doing it. They really want this comeback to happen. Yeah. And not just this comeback, because that's what also something that some people don't understand. No, they're just doing this comeback to make fans happy and then goodbye forever. Are you dumb? They wouldn't go to the military altogether. They are not thinking about longevity. We continue seeing those clips, and literally today, some hours ago, a new clip of J-Hope dropped, of J-Hope saying, we're trying to think of ways how we can continue until we're 50, 60. And they said, we should start a band. You start playing the drums. You start playing the guitar. You play the bass. So we can all continue. They are thinking of ways of continuing the group for decades. How can you misconstrue that? How can you not see the real purpose of why they went to the military together? Or why they are doing this comeback so fast, even though they don't need to? Of the jokes like that about like, let's make a band, because what is going to happen when we are old and we cannot dance? We need to continue the band. That's how they think. When we cannot dance, how can we continue? That's their mentality.
Anyway, since I'm someone who creates things, I've always been between a freedom and responsibility, and I too have the desire to steer my own life. But to do anything, you need to get out of bed and make something, go out and fight, think, push, and practice. Nothing gets made until you do that. And in my life, in my personal life, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Same for you.
He's saying same for you, like same for the audience. What do you think? That nothing happens with their lives? They need things to happen in their lives in order for them to make music about real stuff, the reality of human experience, because that is something that is lost in K-pop. K-pop is like that. It's not very personal, and people are saying, no, but what about this exception, this exception? Those are exceptions for a reason. K-pop doesn't show anything of the artist's personal lives, and Namjoon is saying that he wants to have that. Like he explains in
He should have
Indigo,
that.
you need to be a human before you do some art.
I wanna be a human before I do some art.
In more happy news, he does say that as part of living as well is learning how to drive.
Finally, it's good to see him
Yes.
smile, right? He says that I'm getting
at
my
them
driver's
dimples
license.
popping
I
out.
have my driving test soon. I'm 32 now. I went to the army at 30. I went to driving school at 32. Everyone does this at around 20, 19 years old, while I don't know, because I'm an entertainer or whatever, working, I end up doing it at 30, 32. Just the idea of doing something that everyone else does at the average pace. How hard it is to simply live an average life.
Sometimes with K-pop idols, the focus is always in one thing, dating. But I think it's more than that. It's about everything, all of these experiences that you and I get to have that they don't get to do because it's not idol-like. They need to live on their own without everyone just trying to get some content out of that. Not
Yes.
everything is content. They need to live in order for them to give us that content, to give us that music.
Also, on an individual member's life, asking for other members, it's not like I don't want to bring them. So I would appreciate it if you held back on that. If you're going to enter
Right
my live stream to watch me, and then ask for someone else, that hurts. Is it a good thing that he's addressing this
Yes.
directly? Maybe it is.
It is.
I'm going to say something interesting about Highboy's response there. Highboy is asking, is it a good decision of Namjoon to say this so directly? And I'm going to say my personal opinion, like the title of this live stream says, RM said facts and aunties are freaking out. In this case, I feel like I'm so proud of Namjoon of saying this so directly.
Yes.
Because this is not idol-like. And I love that. I'm so tired of the same stuff. Like they have to do this. They have to sit this way. They have to act this way. They have to talk responsibly. They have to say this and that and not say this and that. And I'm just so tired. Yes, this is not very pretty of an idol. Like this is a scandal. How can he say this? And I'm so glad that Namjoon is just, he doesn't care about this idol persona anymore. Or I guess
He said it nicely, in my opinion, because he could have said, if y'all don't want to be here to see me, stop asking for other members. If y'all don't want to be here to see me, kick rocks. Leave. Because, you know, he could have just said it like that, for real, for real. He didn't, though. He was nice about it.
just as much as before. He's just being more direct, and I like that. Highboy is worried people will use it against him. I know he is, and that is also why BTS have been so careful about their words and stuff like that. But like Namjoon says in this live stream, people who are going to dislike me are going to dislike me.
Yeah.
People who are going to use this against him are going to use anything against him. Like, you can please everyone, no point in trying.
Right.
People who used to like us and maybe drifted away, if we're doing well, they can come back. That's the mindset I have.
This is just personal opinion. I feel like this is the K-pop experience. If you're a K-pop stan, you do this, period. You can complain like a million times. The moment a popular group like BTS releases a song that becomes popular, you don't care about anything that happened before. It doesn't matter. You're going to still follow them and listen to the song.
Right.
Because in the end, it's not about actually caring about stuff like this. It's about joining in a hate train, participating in the trending K-pop moment. And I'm glad that Namjoon knows that. Like, in the end, these losers are going to come back either way. So who cares about what they say right now? They're going to be listening to BTS later. Okay, and the final comment I have right here is, why are they taking so long on the comeback? Because genuinely, this is a bigger scale than ever. I just don't understand how people can complain about waiting just some months for the biggest comeback of BTS careers. Probably the biggest comeback in K-pop, period.
Have made you wait a long time. 송구합니다, which is a stronger expression than saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it cannot be helped.
저희 이유가 있고
We have our
그다음에
reasons,
저희가 만-
and until we have something we're satisfied with, we cannot come back easily.
Right.
Because the scale is big. You know that. We have to consider so many things. So I'm sorry that it sounds like excuses, but we will definitely come back, and it might not be in a form you like.
Interesting. Once again, this is just my interpretation. So many armies, so many K-pop fans expect BTS to come back and do all of these K-pop things, but they may not do them. And I love that because they always do things differently and they find their own ways. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this album.
Me
and
too.
I'm excited for this album that is going to be in a bigger scale, like he is saying himself. After the live stream, of course, it became news again. And he did anticipate it. So then he posted on Weavers. I think I made many armies tired with the live 2 days ago. I am sorry. He says, I got so many messages from people worrying about me. I regret turning it on. I should have not done it. I just felt frustrated first. I'm sorry. Please look at me kindly. Even
I can't even get it out. The apology. I wish he didn't. I wish he wouldn't have. Okay, so I don't think he's apologizing for what he said. I think he's apologizing that parts of it made armies worry. Like a lot of armies, including myself, I ain't gonna lie, hope that he finds another mechanism to start sleeping again. Because he stopped taking the sleeping pills because he didn't like the way they were affecting him. I mean, he was able to get some sleep. But now that they're getting closer, now that they're getting closer to the comeback, it's about to, 2020, it's about to be 2026, and only a few months left, So he's probably feeling the pressure, more, and the anxiety and the excitement and all the fear and just all the emotions, all the things. And now he's not sleeping again, and he was thinking, and he mentioned he might go back on the medication. So I get people being worried about that part. Everything else he said, he didn't need to apologize for, because he was like Bora said, he was just spitting facts. That's all. That's my opinion about it. I just wish he wouldn't have. Well, like I said, I take that, the first part of that's what he's apologizing for, because that would make people worried, and probably the driver's license thing again, the part two, even though more comically. Well, I'm sure some people are worried that he's going to hurt himself or others, while he's practicing, even though he successfully did a practice run. So he was very happy. Dimples was popping. But they're just in general worried about him with a driver's license behind a vehicle. But the rest, I wish he just wouldn't have. I hope he's not apologizing for, and like I said, I don't think he is, for what he said. Just that I want him to be able to share that much with Army. Like, he should be able to get on and vent to Army. He's doing it on Weverse. He's not doing it on Instagram. He's not doing it on somebody else's platform. He's doing it on his platform. You know what I'm saying? To his community, fan community. He should be able to do that without the haters, trying to pick it all apart. That's just me, though. Let me know how you feel in the comments.
A little. I will just make music, practice choreography together, work hard on new content, sleep well, and live like that. I'm taking the driving test soon, and yesterday I put the practice sticker on and drove around all 4 courses. It was scary. No accidents happened though. Also, it's so cold, so please dress warmly and do not catch a cold. And he shared this cute picture of a heart. This doesn't mean he backpedals. This to me sounds like an apology for inconvenience. This is also how I understand it. He's basically apologizing for making armies frustrated. Because let's be honest, we are. The armies who were complaining are frustrated that they receive a response like this from Namjoon. And the armies who were not complaining, we were not complaining, but this is still frustrating. So Namjoon is saying sorry for making us frustrated because it was. It was frustrated for us. It was overwhelming. So much so that High Boy broke character and he stopped translating and started ranting. I feel like he's apologizing for that inconvenience. After this, there were also a lot of projects made by ARMY as a response. This is a letter from Global
Yeah, I
ARMY
love
to
this
BTS.
letter.
It says, spread this message on other platforms, mainly on Weverse.
Their
Dear BTS,
platform.
from every corner of the world, we as ARMY want to convey this message from our hearts to you. These past years, we waited with trust, love, and patience. It wasn't easy seeing the ones we love so deeply being separated during this time. But now seeing you together again fills us with joy that words can barely describe. After everything you've gone through, after all the roads you've walked separately and together, you return as seven, and that alone is something we hold closely and cherish deeply. That is a little bit of the letter. Please share it on Weverse. Look how Weverse looks with everyone sharing the letter. If we all share the letter like massively, they will read it at some point. Here's another video. So many posts with the letter. And we also have some events. This was circulating on hashtag Run Army.
I mentioned this one and the letter, I believe, on my video yesterday. So, yeah, this is a great idea. So, yeah, listen to this.
On Weverse. For example, on December 10th, we have hashtag Also Crafty Army. Share any Bangtan inspired craft or DIY. On December 17th, we have Bangtan Sing Along. Share clips of ARMY singing or your favorite BTS vocal moments. December 24th, show your holiday decor or festive ARMY setups. December 31st, share your favorite ARMY moments of the year. So I think this is really fun. We can all join. Here's another project. This person started it with this tweet. It says, what if instead of expecting BTS to post and entertain us, we start uploading mini vlogs or pictures to Weverse. We will have a variety of things like a variety show, art, cooking, music, day in the life. We just upload something we want to show BTS and call it Run Army. Come on, guys. BTS give us so much content.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Them content. You don't necessarily need to follow these dates. Do it every single day. Post just your daily life with BTS, listening to music. It's our own variety show. And tag hashtag Run Army. There is a rumor that we're supposedly posting on Tuesdays. This is not true. It's a daily challenge. So just post every day. You don't have to do it daily, but that is the goal. And yes, there is only one creator, and this person, HYIH Deng. There is a special new account dedicated to this. It's called Run Army Project. So BTS's feeds on Weverse are full of armies being happy and just waiting for them instead of in live comments. Coming back from my math class while listening to I Need You, you just share that you're listening to BTS. This person is listening to I Need You on their way to class. It's like a recipe, homework, working out, working, decorating your phones, anything really. Here's another project. You're invited to Kim Namjoon's driver's license celebration. When Namjoon
I think I mentioned that too.
ARMY he has gotten his driver's license, let's chart his song Nuts on iTunes. Hashtag Kia Pro Driver.
Kia Pro Rider.
This is the Ampangman project that I talked about because the hashtag is waiting for you BTS. Sounds like the song Waiting for You Ampangman. Let's let BTS know we love them and we'll always wait for them. Stream Life Goes On and buy Anpanman, both versions. iTunes, Amazon, Qbus. This is December 8th, 2026. And here are the results. Anpanman has reached a new peak at number 1 on worldwide
well done,
European
Army.
iTunes song chart, 7 years after release. Anpanman by BTS has now reached number 1 in 75 countries iTunes chart. Anpanman by BTS is still charting on US Amazon bestsellers, all genres at number 7. It's the 7 again. BTS's Anpanman from the album Love Yourself Tier 2018 scores a second day atop the worldwide and European iTunes song charts after reaching number 1 for the very first time since its release 7 years ago. It also reached number 1 on US and UK iTunes for the very first time. Anpanman by BTS spent its third consecutive day at number 1 on both worldwide and European iTunes song charts. For 3 days, it has been charting.
Yes, that's very good. Oh, that's it. Oh, that was long, but yeah, Army did that with Ampon Man. I just wish, and I'm putting this out there. I wish, I know I've said this in other people's chats too, that Army would get together and chart the Dark and Wild album. Like, I'm playing Danger every day, you know, like, yo, if y'all haven't seen that dance practice, it's crazy. That dance is crazy. But yeah, because that was their first full length album, and it's also the only album of theirs that did not chart. And now they're about to do their second full length album. And we need to I just wish we could put some juju on there. But when I mentioned it in, I don't even know whose chat it was, but when I mentioned it in a chat, they came, but some people pushed back like, oh, but we're saving for the comeback and nobody has money to do that. I was like, streaming is free. Watching YouTube videos is free. And that counts towards charts. You know what I'm saying? So, not Spotify charts, obviously, but Billboard charts. So, that's all I'm saying. Like, even just playing a few songs or just clicking on the album and then playing a few songs would get it up there. And I don't know, they just worked so hard on that. They did that album while they were also shooting American Hustle Life and stuff. And they got some bangers on there. So I just wish Armies could get together and do that as a project as well, ahead of their comeback. But anywho, that's just me. This was great. Our boys is doing that. People calling them lazy is just dumb as rocks. Like, for real. Like, there's no way that you can call these guys lazy. None. And sound even remotely realistic. Like, come on, y'all. All right, this is a long-ass video. My apologies again for my allergies kicking in and coughing and all that. But we here. We got through it. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If this is more than your first video of mine, you obviously, come on, one of my people. So hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, click on the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I drop. If you think someone else would enjoy this reaction, sharing is caring. So pass it on. Pass it on. All right, y'all. I will see you in the next one. Peace. And y'all, bye.